little fox.
The Wind in the Willows. Episode 14. The Wild Wood. News of Toad's new car faded. The days got shorter, and summer faded too. Soon, the river was too cold for boating. Winter was on its way.
You slept late, Rat.
Mole said one morning.
It's cold,
Said Rat.
There isn't much to do. I think I'll write poems by the fire.
This was Rat's favorite hobby in winter. But Mole was bored.
Let's invite Badger to dinner.
Mole said.
I only saw him once, and it was very quick. He seemed so odd and strange.
Oh, Badger hates dinner parties.
Said Rat.
Maybe he would come for tea.
Asked Mole.
He's very shy.
Said Rat.
He will visit when he's ready.
Every time Mole asked,
Can we invite Badger today?
Rat always answered the same way.
Badger will show up sometime.
Let's go visit him.
Mole said finally.
Badger wouldn't like that.
Said Rat.
Anyway, we can't go, Mole.
Rat explained.
Badger lives in the wild wood.
You said the folks there were nice.
Said Mole.
Yes, but it's a long way,
Said Rat.
and the weather is much too cold.
Rat sat by the fire to write a poem. Rat was sleepy. Before long, he was snoring in his chair. Quietly, Mole snuck out into the cold. Feeling brave, he hurried to the wild wood. The Wind in the Willows. Episode 15. Afraid in the Wood. The trees in the wild wood looked twisted. Mole followed a trail between the trees. The branches were leafless. Logs tripped him. Twigs cracked under his feet.
It's very gloomy and dark,
Said Mole. From holes in trees, evil faces peeked out. Everywhere he looked, they stared.
Oh, I must get off this path.
Said Mole. Mole stepped off the trail, deep into the woods. He heard a faint whistling.
I should turn around.
He said.
There's something up ahead.
Then the whistling was behind him.
I don't think I'll turn around now.
He said. Mole stood there, cold and afraid.
I'm so alone.
Cried Mole. Something made a pitter-patter sound.
It sounds like falling leaves.
Mole said.
No, it sounds like little feet. Are they in front or behind?
The little feet were all around. The footsteps grew louder, closer. Suddenly, a rabbit came running by. He almost knocked Mole down. The rabbit didn't look back. He called back.
Get out of here, you fool! Get out!
Oh no!
cried Mole.
Oh no!
With his heart pounding, Mole ran. He tripped over roots. He slipped on leaves. Eventually, he bumped into a hollow tree. Mole was too tired to run anymore. He crawled inside the hollow tree and hid. The Wind in the Willows. Episode 16. Rat searches for Mole. While Mole shivered in the wild wood, Rat dozed. Suddenly, the fire crackled loudly. Rat woke with a start. The house was quiet.
Mole? Moley!
Rat shouted. He got up.
Mole's hat is gone.
He said.
Mole's boots are not by the door. I bet he's gone to the wild wood.
Rat said. Rat put on his coat. He grabbed the biggest club from his closet.
I hope Mole is safe.
Rat said to himself. Rat set out for the wild wood. Inside the gloomy forest, wicked faces appeared. But they disappeared when they saw Rat's club.
Moley! 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 Where are you? It's me. It's old Rat.
Rat called out. Rat searched every trail in the woods.
Mole must have left the path.
He said.
Well, that means I will too.
Rat stepped off the path. Rat looked behind rocks. He looked under piles of leaves. Then he heard a faint, scared voice.
Ratty?
The voice said.
Is that really you?
Rat turned. Ahead was a hollow tree. Rat went carefully to the tree and crept inside. There was poor Mole, shaking with fear. The Wind in the Willows. Episode 17. Friends find each other.
Oh, Rat!
Mole cried.
I've been so scared.
Mole was shivering and tired. Rat patted him.
I tried to warn you, Mole,
Said Rat.
We riverbankers never come here by ourselves.
I'm sorry, Rat.
Cried Mole.
It can be a dangerous place.
Said Rat.
There are tricks for hiking in the wild wood.
Tricks?
Said Mole.
You need to know certain words. You need special plants to carry. You need to know the sounds in the wood. It's easy if you know these things.
Said Rat.
If you don't, you can get into big trouble.
I bet Toad comes here by himself.
Said Mole.
Old Toad?
Rat laughed.
He wouldn't come here for a bag of gold.
Mole was cheered by Rat's laugh.
Come on, then.
Said Rat.
It's time to go home. We can't stay here at night. It's too cold.
Rat poked his head out of the hollow tree.
Oh, no.
Said Rat.
What's up, Ratty?
Asked Mole.
Snow is up.
Replied Rat.
I mean down. Snow is falling everywhere.
Mole looked out of the hollow. The forest was covered in white. Big white snowflakes filled the air.
It's beautiful,
said Mole.
Yes, you're right.
Said Rat, sounding worried.
The snow makes everything look different.
What's the matter?
Asked Mole.
Now even I can't tell where we are,
said Rat. The Wind in the Willows. Episode 18. Lost and Cold. Rat and Mole were lost in the forest. It was cold, but they tried to be cheerful,
I've seen that tree over there before.
said Rat. Then he shook his head.
No, I guess not.
That round rock looks familiar.
Said Mole.
Good for you, Mole.
Said Rat. They walked over to a big rock.
It's not the one I thought.
Sighed Mole.
We'll find the way.
Said Rat.
Don't worry.
But Rat knew they were in trouble. All they could see was white snow and black trees. They kept walking for hours.
Let's rest a minute.
Said Rat. Rat sat down on a fallen tree. They were tired, hungry, and very cold.
We can't stay here long.
Said Mole.
The snow will get too deep.
Mole held out his hand for his friend. Rat took it,
Thank you.
he said, and stood. They walked a little further.
Look, Mole.
Said Rat.
There's a small valley ahead of us. Maybe it has a dry place where we can rest.
That's a good idea.
Said Mole. The wind blew hard and the snow fell thick. The two friends went into the valley. They searched for a dry hole or an empty cave. Suddenly, Mole tripped and fell.
Ow! My leg!
He cried. He held his leg in his paws. It was bleeding. The Wind in the Willows. Episode 19. A Lucky Break.
Oh, it hurts!
Cried Mole. He was rolling in the snow, holding his leg.
Poor Mole.
Said Rat kindly.
Let me look.
Mole sat still and Rat bent down.
Well, you really hurt yourself.
Said Rat.
I tripped over a stump.
Cried Mole.
But it's a clean cut.
Said Rat.
It looks like you hit something sharp, like metal.
It hurts.
Cried Mole. Rat tied up Mole's cut with his handkerchief.
Metal.
Said Rat.
I wonder.
Rat started scratching in the snow.
What are you doing?
Asked Mole. Rat didn't answer, but he dug harder.
Hey!
Cried Mole.
What's going on?
Suddenly, Rat stood. He held something in his hand.
What did you find, Ratty?
Asked Mole.
Come and see.
Said Rat. Mole walked over to have a look.
It looks like a broken door knocker.
Said Mole.
What does that tell you?
Asked Rat.
Nothing.
Said Mole.
Oh, stop standing there.
Cried Rat.
Dig.
Rat clawed at the snow. White flakes flew all around him.
Why are you so excited?
asked Mole. Rat just kept digging, so Mole dug too.
I don't know what we're digging for,
said Mole.
It was just an old door knocker.
Suddenly, Rat stopped.
Look at this!
He shouted. Mole looked. There was something under the snow. The Wind in the Willows. Episode 20. Mr. Badger. Rat brushed at the snow. He cleared away an area of painted wood.
What is it?
Said Mole, excited.
Never mind.
Said Rat.
Now we must really dig.
They scraped and dug and pushed away the snow. At last, the entire piece of wood was cleared. In the moonlight, Mole saw what it was.
Why, it's a little door,
cried Mole. An iron bell hung beside the door.
Read this, Mole,
said Rat, pointing. A name was carved in the center of the door. Mr. Badger. Mole fell backward in the snow.
Rat!
He cried with surprise.
It's Mr. Badger's house. You have a very clever brain, Ratty. How did you figure it out?
Asked Mole.
are you going to talk all night?
Said Rat.
Ring that bell!
Mole grabbed the bell rope. He pulled so hard his feet left the ground. Rat beat the door with his club.
I hope he comes soon,
Cried Mole. They waited. They stamped their feet to keep warm. At last, Rat said,
I think I hear footsteps.
They heard someone unlock the door. The door opened a few inches. A long nose poked out. Two sleepy eyes stared at them.